I think it's a
That is
bug. It has to be a
crap.
bug.
We
Well,
can tell it's Terros now.
The bug until
I
it's
mean,
Terros!
you can take enough
Oh, nice
talents
big
that barb
chunky boy.
shots just busted. Honestly,
We're exploring
That's
the
what I'm planning
building.
to do right now. I just trying to figure out what the fuck my marks routine is gonna look like now.
yeah. If you take like serrated shots and then the war orders and then there's another sharp barbs talent,
There it is.
you can buff the ever living fuck out of barbed shot.
Yo,
That's so backwards looking.
that's
We
Troll
done
NATO,
off
right?
now.
That's who that is.
Who?
You picked up your gnome NATO or whatever the hell.
Yeah.
Did you pick up? Is that a
Yeah, they
what's it
went
called?
for
Trinket? A
this.
PvP trinket?
No, it's a jewel crafting trinket.
next boss.
Bola
Oh, yeah,
does an
and I picked up-
underwhelming
sorry,
amount
yeah.
of damage.
I did pick up a PvP trinket too.
Yeah, I picked it up there to see what it was like, considering there's an AoE, but the ads don't last that long.
Yeah.
Yo, mage, can I get a port org? Oh no, wait, you're.
We
ally,
can
aren't you?
go to Terros now.
Meow.
Oh, we can go to. Okay.
Oh,
Yes.
I was
Yeah,
logging-
man.
there we go.
Yo, the feast looks good.
Yeah,
I mean, if you want, I'll try a preservation evoker if you want.
The guy's over back by Skull for the
No, it's
teleporting.
okay.
Yes, he's way in the back.
Get back on the group.
He doesn't appear for me.
He's
Oh, you
just
might need
really
a-
stealthy.
he
goes when you get closer.
Sawyer, you're so loud.
I cleared out some people who were offline because a couple people left or switched characters, so you might need to re-invite. Just whisper me again.
I'm trying to
Or
switch
Dal or
them.
whoever.
Oh, he's big. He looks neat.
There we go.
We're in the rogue tier set.
There we go. That's the good stuff.
So for the rock
we
blast, there is
only get
nothing
the
keeping everyone
bonus.
from soaking everyone. So if you see people with rock blast, please help them out. That I imagine should just be a standard soak circle that we know what they look like. Please try to not do them in a vertical line. Try to do them like this. The reason for that being so that the tanks can blow them up with our straight line, and try to hover around pools of resident aftermath, which are, I don't know what they look like, but they should be pretty clear to see.
Shit.
Okay, get rid of these. I'll try this build out. It looks good.
Where's the PvP vendor?
And I will admit, I am not.
If you're
He's
looking
on a
at
podium.
if
It's
you're
a
looking at the
goblin.
teleport dude, it's like to your right and a little bit behind him on a podium.
I'm missing one. He has something selected I don't. Where? Oh, this. Okay. Wow. Okay, he doesn't have any of those. No intervene. Okay. Okay. It's hard to imagine for me, but that's
Alright,
fair.
once everyone is here, again, you can
So
just
he's
teleport
got
straight
some
here by
good stuff.
talking to one of the ethereals anywhere. They can be a little bit hard to see. They are always way off on the edges.
Okay, I'm tripping. What podium? I just threw up the stream.
Oh shit, I don't know where he's at here. I was thinking about Stormwind.
Ah.
Oh, he's right there in front of you.
Oh,
Literally right in front of you.
oh shit. My
It's a
blind ass.
goblin literally named.
Yeah, I got him.
Your vendor.
Yeah, but he's tiny and in the sky,
He is
which goblins
small.
don't get
He
to
is
be.
small.
2 stacks, Geth.
You want to try 3 first?
YOLO.
I mean, we can try 3. That's
My only
mean,
concern is that it increases all damage taken. We can try 3. We can try 3. The worst thing that happens is we die and it's testing.
Well, so concussive slam base heroic does 104k at 25%. If we go
Give this a
50%,
shot.
that's 310 roughly.
And what did he pick? in
Rounding
why?
up. And
Bloodborne,
At least on Prot Warrior,
50
I'm only
if
at
it's
324. Like that
If it's
shit's going.
50%, if it's 50%, it'd be 150k.
No. A baseline first stack is 104.
Yeah,
So then you add
104.
25 on top of that.
25% is
That's why
125.
he's using
50% on
slams.
top of that is 150.
50% on top of that would be 175.
Okay.
You're 175. Brain's not working.
Technically, 67.5% you're adding on top of it.
I will say
On top of
losing
the
Blade
125.
Storm feels really weird.
It's
It all
physical
begins in 5 minutes, y'all.
It's physical damage.
But
Anyway,
okay.
let's
Yeah.
try this out. Remember, Rock Blast, try to stack horizontally, not vertically,
Alright.
so that all the things don't wind up in
Welcome.
one
This
vertical line. We have
is
to hit it
now
once.
the second boss of
And
Terros.
stay near Resident Aftermath, so we try to bait new pools towards it to maximize our
That's right.
space. This fight is killing him before we run out of space, so Luster on pull, please. I am pulling in 3, 2, 1, and going.
I need to get closer.
Wow, just a 1 Rock Blast. And that... Interesting.
It stacks vertically behind it.
No, it sends out the 1 Rock Blast, right? And then the elemental spikes go on everyone else.
Watch your step.
So the people with the spikes should not stack up. Everyone else should stack up. Also, move to your right, please, everyone, so that I can hit these spikes.
This frontal does a lot of damage, so.
Yeah, so the people with the little circles, those are the ones who I want to stack horizontally. And now he's going to break all of them at once, and we're probably going to wipe. Maybe. No, that's a different mechanic. I've got time.
And where do you want the big circle?
Watch your step.
The big circle just in close so we can easily stack it. Everyone who doesn't have a little circle
I'm out of range.
should stack in the big circle.
The small circles in a line horizontal, right?
Hey, Romance, can you innervate Del?
Special coming.
Okay, run. And this is gonna hurt. Yep.
Split.
We did wind up splitting, yes. Always move to your right. Yeah. Okay. Just go ahead and wipe it and we'll redo this. Now that I see how this actually looks.
So,
Watch your
does
step.
each spike blowing up cause a damage?
Every time one of the spikes blows up, we take damage. And we also get a dot. While the spikes are active, every spike pulses AoE damage to everything. And then when they explode, we take a burst damage and a short dot. So that's why I want to kill them like in small groups. It looks like we get 4, so we should be able to blow them up one at a time.
It all depends
No,
on
two
how.
Two at a time. Two at a time.
Terros.
All depends on how DPS
It's too far
actually
away.
set them out, because I know that in that last poll they were in clumps of 3.
Well,
And
I'm talking about in a perfect world.
Oh, right.
Like the minimum we can blow up to get rid of all of them.
I thought you could only break the spikes with the frontal.
With the tank frontal, yes, but then they all blow up when he does hit his cone. So he's got a bunch of frontals.
Looks like he's doing arms now.
Oh, there's multiple. Okay.
So then you and I, Def, should be just left of the raid group and have the raid be on
Yeah.
the right if
There's
we're moving
no
right.
points
Yeah, that's what I'm
in
thinking.
arms.
All right, so you guys will be over towards X-ish.
There's no
The
points
big
in
circle
arms.
goes in towards the boss. Everyone who doesn't have a little circle, stack up in it.
It's okay.
The little circles go backwards. behind the rest of the raid and try to stack up in like groups of 2. So there should be 4 little circles with this size. We want 2
Or
groups of
he's in
2.
the middle of changing things.
The tank frontal is
Like-
extremely narrow, so really try to Venn
alright.
diagram as much as you can, and those 2, in a perfect world, would be kind of vertical, so we
Not
can hit
worried
them,
about
but
too much.
we'll worry about that later. After the big circle goes off, the boss is going to drop an AoE where that big circle was, so get hit by the big circle and then fuck out of the
Okay.
fuck out of there.
Okay.
Try to stand
Hold
near
open
the
one.
edges of the big circle so you can leave quickly.
So it's similar to the soak mechanic on
Stone Legion.
Stone Legion, except you're leaving instead of soaking the second one.
Kind of, yeah. The
Meow,
first
meow.
one is a soak, and then you get out. It operates like the Halandris missiles.
Yeah.
It's just you want to soak the first hit and then leave because it'll hit the same area again.
Del, do you miss keeping up flash
You're
concentration?
very loud.
I'm not playing Holy Priest now because of it.
Holy Priest seems decent without it.
I'm just a good Holy Priest. Don't get me nerfed.
I don't think that's going to wind up working on Mythic Tile, but it's good to test on Heroic. It won't because the mechanic is fundamentally very different in some ways. Okay, I am pulling in 3, 2, 1, and going.
I need to get
Everyone be to my right. Over towards X side. Be off of Skull. I want to keep moving that direction. Okay, avoid the AoE. That's actually very doable. That's very doable. Okay, that's very doable. I wasn't sure exactly
wanna
how
go to
many we
2?
would get.
Watch your step.
I'll go to 2, yeah.
Okay.
Alright, that circle, by the way, guys, that just hurts you.
Watch your feet.
The
At least
shiny-
melee range as a tank, you'll get someone else.
Yeah, he has a very small attack radius, actually.
Yeah, no, I just sidestepped.
It surprises me a little bit.
too far away.
Alright, go ahead and take it back.
Like, normally bosses of this size have a pretty healthy
Watch your
size. He does not. He is a really, really small aggregate.
Hey, Romance, can you get with a raid? Can you get that one single?
He'll blow it up with
Special coming.
that. Okay, go to the right.
No, they baited it. Alright, so this is a group bait.
Yeah, we'll have to, after that, we'll have to group bait. I'm just running all the way around the edge, and I'll just...
Yeah, I'll
Oh,
get there
so-
eventually.
Soak!
The second cast of the frontal thing moves the zone that you're not allowed to stand in. It doesn't actually fill the room.
Innervate Dal.
He only kills a spike if he actually hits
Watch
it.
your step.
I wonder if we can put that next big frontal cone next to this, overlap it a bit.
That's kind of the goal. Once
So
we...
then raid group needs to be left of us then?
Yeah.
After... Yeah. You don't need to be left yet. You don't need to be left yet.
Only when he gets to 100 energy does he do it.
Yeah. Sorry, Del. Talk back.
Five of them that time?
We didn't destroy a few of them before.
Alright, go ahead and take whenever.
Adam. Hey, don't be by these
Watch your
spikes, guys.
step.
I'm gonna hit them.
He's at 80% now.
Yeah. Go to my left.
Watch your feet.
Over towards that... to my left, guys. Keep going left until you hit the wall. As close as you can get to us.
Special coming.
Yeah, he is
You're gonna have to
exactly.
You're gonna have to have a roar or something like that. Right
Yeah,
there.
no, he's exactly
Yeah,
on it.
no.
He's exactly on it, so we don't have to be quite that far over when we wipe it up. We'll go again.
You can jump in the center.
We don't have to be all the way over because he overlapped it exactly. Like his line was right in line with the last one, even though you guys were all the way over.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but getting that first initial, so it looks like it's going to be like the Nathrius, where
Yeah.
if you're too far past the point, he will that initial one put it in a
Initial
certain
one.
quadrant.
That initial one will get weird for us. Yes. We can bait the first one. After that, it's like Denathrius. He fills up the area evenly.
Something to note, and maybe like the strategy's fine as it is, but like the way it is, melee are definitely getting parried.
Oh.
Well, once we have the
yeah.
initial soak, we can let you guys move a little more. But even that, we can actually wait until.
It just might be something depending on how tight this boss is on Mythic, because you know it's probably like the burn and go boss.
He was at 40%, and we still had a lot of time.
Yeah.
On heroic, at least, and again, we'll do a balance pass. I mean, we won't, but you know what I mean.
I mean, they're probably gonna try to tune it tight on Mythic. Squeeze
Probably.
a little bit of
Yeah.
DPS out of it.
A boss like this, that I smell patchwork.
Yeah. I'm just letting you know from like DPS perspective.
No, it is good to know that it can be parried, because that is something we'll definitely have to think about.
Silly stances.
I'm just trying to think how to
I'm gonna switch over.
balance that with not having the tanks run across the goddamn room with the frontal. But I'll think about it later. It's something to consider.
Hey, Geef.
Yes.
I think I might play Holy Priest.
Enjoying yourself?
Yeah, I got my Prayer of Healing back.
I think they are targeted on range. That's kind of why I want you guys hanging out near old pools, so that you kind of use as little. Did you just use my name like God?
Good Geef.
Good Geef.
Like good grief. The damage isn't bad either. 5k.
Bustin' Druid already. Did you see the one flask that makes it so that when you don't heal for 5 seconds, your next heal is massively increased?
Yeah, but it's only one target. That's like a Mythic plus one.
That makes sense.
Still a very cute one. Alright. Alright, going in 3, 2, 1, and pulling.
I'm out of range.
Soak in. Fun fact, you cannot walk through those spikes. They are physical entities.
Raid's gonna have to shift, right? For us to get these other two.
I think the boss says we're going left. Look at that fucking wall. That is a nice wall. Either way, though. Eye for the boss. Soak. Make sure we're grouped up, guys. Can We were about to, well,
Watch
not
your
really
step.
about to, but we are soon
Are we
going to
holding
get our
arrow
bait.
for something?
No, we are not holding hero for anything. We've lost it.
Next boss, obviously.
And they'll get innervate.
Group up, group up, group up.
Special coming.
Move. Thank you for the roar. We can just kind of hang out.
When he does the big yellow slam, not that one, you guys want to try to go toward the edge of that as much as you can. To try to drop puddles next to the part you can't use.
Go ahead and take it, yeah.
I got it. Yeah, the big, the other circle. The other circle
It's one.
does. That one. Move
You want to go
towards
toward that
the
wall.
Yeah, towards the wall. He's right. 100% right. That is when he drops the rubble.
And realistically, melee want to get as stacked in one place as possible. So you don't end up with this giant wall of not
Is there a
being
dice for me?
hit.
Yes. So.
Alright, I got it.
His hitbox
really
is
funny.
enormous.
His hitboxes, but his
Watch
fucking
your step.
attack range. You can get close to a pool.
I didn't see those three. I'll get these three closest to us next.
I think he's gonna do his thing first. We're gonna need a CD when he does his.
Special coming.
Alright.
Oh,
Yeah,
good
man.
God. Okay.
Watch
Yep,
your
not
But
exactly.
you
like
can, you can bait
So
it.
You can bait it.
I think that if you look at the pie slices, he does create nice quadrants all the same way,
It's in
but
quad.
you can fuck yourself up.
So it's just like the Nathrace then?
Denny.
Except because Denny was 3, you couldn't really fuck yourself up. Off the edge. This one you can cut yourself off in the next area. Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know. So start left, like as close to the edge as you can. Move over every time he does the slam that isn't the soak slam. Every time he does that, we move right, and that way we should end up with a clear path ahead of us into the next quadrant, and we shouldn't have left the quadrant yet.
Do we want to do it like if you get targeted with a circle, since you and I are offsetting, they run the circles behind us, and then the group technically doesn't have to move until the big slam, right?
Well, we want to move until the big slam because we want to make sure we're in the right quadrant, and we want to drop our rubble. We want to maximize our space with the rubble because the rubble also drops pools. That's what I was thinking of, to have the group move right.
Well,
Is to
if that's
maximize.
No. I mean,
If
like
that's
if
the
they
case-
get the single spires, those 4 move behind
Here, here's the
Skull
one
where
out.
you and I are standing, and the rest of the group can stay and move right as a group for the slam and everything like that. That's what I mean.
The rubble does seem to target the melee range. A couple of them did look like they went right on the melee group.
So
But we can
the-
find that out. We should have the range in the back when they're not soaking.
the soaking, like the giant group soak one though, it hits the group and then a few seconds later is where it leaves the thing, right? Or is it
Yes.
where on the group soak? You know what I'm talking about?
The group soak hits and then leaves a thing to not get hit by.
Right. What I'm saying, what if we just group soaked because we're able to hit this from like quite the distance back? What if we just stepped back a few feet, soaked it, and then we stacked as like close forward left as we could to bait all of them into basically creating like a miniature pie slice? So like, I don't want to get too close to him. We soak it right here, like where I'm standing, hopping. Creates the circle, and then Skull would be able to be where everyone should stack, and the small ones, when they come out, all get stacked into that spot, creating like one line. And then we just stay slightly to the right of that, so when the slice goes off, it covers it. Like overlapping as much as we can.
Follow. I like that. Again, just the big thing to remember is that the trigger for the little pools is the other circle. There's 2 circles. There's the one glowy one with an arrow. That's the soak. That does not create pools. The other one is the other circle that's right in front of him. That will trigger the pools falling. So when we're baiting those, that's the mechanic you're looking for to get close to other pools. And as Wild was saying, we're going to take the soak a couple steps back because there's a giant attack range, and then the little circles should try to stack behind the tank, and then move out afterwards.
Mark tanks.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can you mark yourself, please?
Yes, I can.
Screw it.
You're gonna have to mark me since you're the only lead in here.
Put all these together.
If I am.
I need to reload UI. Give me a couple.
I am not polling, but I don't know how to cancel it with the default UI.
Full 0.
Full 0.
It's not a.
Okay, I'm ready.
Oh,
Sorry.
it's not DBM.
I know how to cancel it with big wigs and with DBM. I don't know how to do it in the default UI.
I didn't know you could do it with the default UI.
I'm sure it's like ready cancel or something.
I need to get closer.
That is all of them.
The tanks are starting on Skull, by the way, so that's where the first one to go.
Watch your step.
Alright, we're about to get pools. Go across the pools, and then we're going to keep going right.
Watch your feet.
Go ahead and take it.
Next circles go behind Moon, please. Move. Alright, get towards the pools again. Head left. You already dodged that circle.
Watch your step.
I shouldn't have had you move yet. I shouldn't have had you move yet. I should have had you move left after that.
Watch your feet.
Okay. Avoid this, and then stack up.
Special coming.
And move. Right. So the first thing that happens should be a soak. Circles behind X. Okay, move. It looks like he increases the number every time. Interesting. Okay, wait for the soak. Sorry, not the soak, the other soak.
Watch your step.
Dodge. Move left. Avoid that. And now we're going to have a soak next. The soak takes little circles behind Moon. Move right out of that, please.
Right, left, right, left.
Now stay over there. And then when the next circle comes out, move left.
I have mass wall if you want to break all 4 of those.
Watch your step.
Left, left, left.
Now we move right again.
Or do you want this big cone to bait left? Near the old pool?
Hold
Or
still.
the old pie?
Special coming.
And move. That. Okay, perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, stack near the wall, wait for the soak.
It looks like he gets rid of all the puddles every time he casts into that, so you can
Little-
run without getting hit by them.
Little circles are going behind X. Move right out of this. Move right. Okay, wait for the circle. Move left out of the circle. Wait.
Watch your
Move
step.
left. And back right. Wait for the soak. The next next little circles go behind a little bit to the left. Next little circles go behind Moon. Move right out of this. Okay, wait for the circle. Move left out of the circle.
Watch your step.
Move back right.
Okay, innervate.
Little back left, little left.
Special coming.
Oh my fucking god.
Great tempo.
Can we wait?
Yeah, wipe that. Wipe that. We'll just practice it. I wanna practice that timing again.
Nice.
I get the small circle. I'll try to immune it. See what happens.
It's kind of a fun fight. It's all micromanaging.
It has a cadence to it. It's kind
That's
of
a
visually,
very nice cadence.
It's kind of visually bland with all the round, but the cadence is good.
We got about close to enrage too.
Yeah.
We were gonna kill it. We were gonna kill it. We were gonna kill it.
Yeah. No. I wanted to see the damage in the enrages like extra, you know? If you can like have a wiggle room.
How far from in the rage were we?
30 seconds.
We were gonna firmly kill it before we got there.
Yeah, well,
I mean, we had just entered the 4th pie slice, which is the last one before he enrages, and he was at, 8%. So we were gonna kill it, no problem.
Silly druid things.
I think we can see what classes need to get a little tuning.
You're not wrong about that.
What do you mean, not broken?
It's the player, you know?
Fucking raids are going to be all orange and white.
Yeah.
Nice to see the rep alley up there, though.
I need 30 seconds. I just have to wait for a cooldown to come back up for my talent change.
Yeah, take your time.
I hate in default UI you can't move the focus target.
Weirdly, Sorno, for Prot, Divine Toll does still generate, or at least it did last time I played. I did still generate Holy Power. Alright, as soon as Dell and Combustor are ready.
I think you have to
double
talent
check.
into the second part of
Okay.
it for it to generate.
I'm ready.
Maybe.
Because I know for Prop Pal, baseline Divine Toll only
shit, is Avi gone?
gives you a single.
Yeah, Avi left. He has to go pick up his daughter from daycare.
You know what? The healing is still better than the avoidance. I'll take it.
Vixie, you good? Fantastic.
Big 3 healing this one, 25 man or 20 man. I mean.
Yeah.
Yes.
Too easy.
Yeah, let's go again.
Lost on pull.
2.5 healing it.
More DPS, the better here.
At first soak. Circles behind Moon. Move right. Wait for the circle. Move Left out of the circle when it comes.
Watch your step.
Left. And back right. Dodge the frontal and then go right. Right. Alright, next little circles are going behind X. Move right out of this. Move right. Wait for the big circle. Left out of the circle.
Watch your feet. Watch your step.
Left. Alright. Stack up.
Yours when you want.
Special coming.
Go. And stand near the wall. Next little circles are going behind Moon. Little circles behind Moon. Move right. Wait for the circle. Move left out of the circle.
Watch your step.
Move left.
I got it. You can go with group.
Next little circles, you're going behind X. Behind X.
Watch your feet.
Move right. After this. Right. A bit of dodge. Wait for the big circle. Left out of the circle.
Watch your step.
Left. Back right. Back up after the tank frontal.
Special coming.
Never mind. I thought it was going to move on the tank frontal. Just move right. Next to the line. Little circles behind Moon. Move right. Rally if we got it.
3. And I'll wall when the next break comes.
Oh, it's really.
Watch your step.
Left.
Hard. I mean, you guys just had 6 stacks.
Not awful. Okay. You ready for the soak? Little circles go behind X.
I'm gonna wall this break.
Watch your feet.
Move right.
Watch your feet.
The circle.
It's too far away.
Wait a second.
Watch your step.
Move left. Back up.
Special coming.
Move.
Bit left. I might get it.
Next to the line. Little circles behind Moon.
Gotta clean up the drops.
Much.
Why are we taking...
Because we're breaking like 6 at a time.
Yeah, but we have 8 of the passive stacks. We should not have 8 of those. Like, breaking them should hurt, but we have... The existence of spines creates a certain amount of a constant AoE damage. But when you break them, you're supposed to take a burst, a short dot, and then the passive one goes away. For some reason, we had 8 stacks of the passive dot, as though 8 spikes were still active.
Weren't they?
No.
Watch
No,
your
Is it a
step.
bug?
We had 2 remaining after that break.
Yeah, after the break, we had 2 left, but we still had 6 stacks.
That does sound like it might be a bug. It felt like that pool we were all taking a lot more AoE damage.
We definitely we were bleeding out a lot more, yeah. I'll put that when I do the feedback. I'll put that in because we were definitely taking extra damage. We definitely had extra stacks.
Yeah, we were pretty good otherwise.
We were also down a healer for most of the fight.
Yeah. Yeah, Druid did
Like, we're
30k
playing-
less than the former pool.
I was gonna say we're
Well,
playing a healer down then.
Here, let me show.
We were a healer down, but like we also had a bunch of extra stacks.
Yeah. That ain't right. That ain't right. Windows control. New window.
So my first death, Hunt took me straight down the hole. And then the second death, when I was stacking up the little pillars, I got stuck between them all and couldn't move.
Yeah, like I said, those are physical objects. If you get trapped in the middle, you live there now.
I keep trying to Venthyr teleport, and I don't have that.
Yes.
Yeah, I've gone to Soul Shape a few times and went, ah, shit.
Just remember, we're trying to keep our directions right, left, right, left, right, and then
Now
all
I
the way
can see
right.
healing done as well.
And that just keeps the way ahead of us as clear as we can get. Remember to lust on pull.
I'm out of range.
Behind moon. Move right. Wait for the circle. Move left out of the circle. Left, left, left. Right again. Next little circles are going behind X. Stay near the pools.
Yeah, I think we were getting.
Move right out of this. Right. Hello, giant pillar in my way. Wait for the circle.
Yep, we were getting too many stacks before it was a bug. Intention was being blown up.
Move left out of this.
Watch your step.
Left. That, stack up.
Special coming.
Move right. Near the line. Little circles behind moon.
Watch your feet.
I'm out of range.
5.
Wait for the circle. Move left out of the circle. Left.
Watch your step.
Left. Perfect. And then move right. I gotta remember to move left again after I dodge that. Alright.
I got it now.
Next little circle's behind X. right. Back up. Wait for the circle.
Watch your step.
Left.
Stay left. Let me break this.
All the way right. And then back left towards those pools. Next, stack up next to the pools.
Special coming.
Right. Stack next to the line. Rocks behind Moon. Move right.
Oh, rally.
Stack up.
Watch your step.
Left. Back right.
It's very much a tactical play too. Cook it up time.
Next circles go behind X. Move right.
Watch your feet.
It's too far away.
Wait for the circle. Stack up, stack up, stack up.
Watch your step.
Move all the way left and stay there. Right, we need to dodge those first.
Watch your feet.
Alright, stack up, stack up, stack up. As close as you can to the edge.
Watch your feet.
And just kill him. I don't think we have anything left to ask.
Special coming.
You can even egg out more space, it seems, with that overlap. It's good to know.
Very nicely done, guys. I like that a lot. Alright. So normal opens in about 15 minutes-ish? No, wait, that's tomorrow. That's tomorrow. That's tomorrow. That's tomorrow. So we are done for the night. We are done for the day. Really nice work, guys. That was very clean. People learn quickly. I like that a lot.
That was fun. Thank you for having us and great leading.
Yeah, that was pretty fun so far.
You know, I think for 2 initial bosses, those feel pretty good.
The first boss I felt was too easy.
The first boss was easy, but it felt like the bones of it are there, right? Like maybe it needs to be tuned up a little bit, but the bones of it are fun. Like it's a fun fight.
We're gonna get rid of us being able to jump through that line,
wall.
and then we're gonna be, and then it's gonna be a more difficult fight.
It'll be better when I think there's less answers.
If they force you to do that that wall mechanic, I think it'd be better. Rather than letting you skip it.
I don't think they meant to do that, honestly.
Yeah, I put it in as a bug.
Let you res in the middle of the fight either, so.
Yeah, I put it in. Oh, definitely you weren't supposed to be able to res in the middle of it, and I put that in as a bug too. And that's just something that gotta.
I think that you can only do that because of the teleporter. That's why.
I mean, yeah, but you shouldn't be able to release in combat with a boss. Period.
That's
they
true.
fixed it for this one, so that was good.
Maybe because they realized the first boss had a lot of like one-shot mechanics, so they want you to be able to see the fight.
I assume it was just an oversight. I mean, it's just I think that a lot of those things are literally just like a flag, one place in the code that says this is the boss, and if you just forget to set that from 0 to 1, it fucks everything up. But no, I like those 2 bosses a lot. We're gonna set up a central place. If you guys could send any footage you have of those fights, if you could get them in one location so that we can actually see them all. I appreciate that a lot.
I'll probably be uploading both as YouTube videos. I forgot to have the sound on for the first one, but all the.
I would like the raw files.
Sure.
Not for my own purpose. Also, yes, very much for my own purposes. But also, we've been talking a lot about like getting like GIFs set up and little things for the player improvement Discord, so that we can show people little things, little tricks, little visuals. And so I think if we can get them as much footage as possible, they would really appreciate that.
Sounds good. So you'll post that in the, or someone will post that in the beta discussion. Or the
Yeah.
post.
Also, for my own purposes, I would just like the raw footage, but that is, you know, you might not want to help me, but you might want to help the guild.
No, help everyone out. Sounds good. Thanks, guys. I'll see you guys later.
Yeah, again, thanks, guys. Again, we are starting tomorrow at the same time, hopefully a little bit earlier, but obviously I don't control that. But yeah, people who can be around tomorrow, we can